The phones have been ringing off the hook with questions pouring in around what's likely to be damaged and the business interruption issues following a cyclone. I sat down with a number of experts who have been through similar events before and asked them to share their knowledge. Enjoy.
I've been to every major event in Queensland since the 1970s, so Cyclone Ada, Cyclone Althea, and I've learned quite a few things from that people can make a mistake when it comes to material damage. The issue is you just don't go in and look at the cosmetic things. You've got to look to see whether there's some deep-seated damage, whether roof trusses have been buckled. There's enormous forces in these winds, so we've got to look at the roof, we've got to look at the roof trusses, and then we've got to make sure that there's no water damage to particle board, to gyprock, and then also the insulation. Because if we don't dry those things out, get them out, dry them, etc., then you're going to have mould issues which will come back and cause problems. It's the same with metal surfaces. If they've been really wet, particularly if there's some salt spray coming up from the ocean and from the cyclone itself, you'll get long-term corrosion of the underside of metal beams, etc. So it's really important to do the swab tests and do the whole thing properly.
My experience has been from past claims is that it's important for them to have separate insurance understanding of how the process works, so that it's not just about those things. It's about what do you look for in the type of damage that's specific to that. So that they might be used to knock down, redevelop, but that's not the same thing as insurance damage, where you might have to repair certain things and some things have got to be replaced. But where do you look for the particular type of damage that's occurring? So you've got a horizontal salt water running into equipment and plant equipment, and you don't know whether that's going to fail. It's not going to fail now, it's going to fail sometime in the future. On top of which you might not see the mould that's going to develop into the future, yet that could be easily remediated if attended to quite quickly. And it's not necessarily something that you're thinking about. You see some certain types of damage. The structural damage, obviously, you'll see that quite quickly, but the other things will start to pop up a little bit later on. If you understand how the project development process works, doesn't necessarily mean you understand the insurance process, and the insurer has certain expectations around the process of a claim, from assessing the damage to determining the scope of the repairs to quantifying the loss and moving through to the approval process and completion of the actual construction project, and trying to achieve that within the confines of an indemnity period, which might be only 12 months or it could be 24 months, and depending on the nature and extent of the damage and the interrelationship that you have to have with the council or other authorising bodies, that can take a lot of different time.
With business interruption, it's quite a complex area. Most people think they can get up and running much quicker than normal, but there's really a demand surge. The builders are busy, so can we get them up as quick as they can? Is the damage more extensive than they thought? So there's a whole raft of issues around that. There can be issues that some people try and impose restrictions because of wide area damage. Often that's a load of nonsense, particularly if the insurer's suffered significant damage. So having an expert come in, assist the client, allow them to do what they're good at, getting back their business, getting back their customers, allowing a good claims preparer to come in and quantify the loss in accordance with the policy and make sure that the client gets their full entitlement as quickly as possible, because cash flow at this time is vitally important.
Claim time. You've got heaps of them. What do? You call LMI, because they're the experts. You stick to broken, let LMI stick to the claims. There's none better. None.
Natural catastrophes are when insurance needs to come to the genuine rescue of our clients. I hope this video has helped, and if any of my experienced colleagues can be of assistance to you or your clients, please contact our disaster response help desk. We'll put the number up on the screen. Or give me a call personally and I'll get the right person in touch with you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching this special Cyclone Debbie report.